everyone, this is Sumayya Begum from IT Department of LIET Institute of Engineering and Technology. I hope you have all seen the last video. We have covered applet topic over it, and here we are going to see one more most important topic, fundamental topic of Java, that is nothing but control flow statements. So here this particular topic is again being divided into two parts. So we will be covering up part 1 in this video, and later on we'll continue in the part 2. So today we are going to cover about the control flow statements, and here as you can see in the slide 1 outlines, control statements are again divided into 3 types: selection, iteration and jump. So first of all, what is a control flow statement? What is a control flow means a program's control flow is the order in which a program can be executed, right? So Java being the flexible programming language, it provides us the statements that can be able to control the flow of Java source code. That such type of statements are called as control flow statements, right? So as we can see that it has been divided into 3 types, 3 different categories. So we are going to see them individually. Let us see about the category 1, selection statement. So selection statement is also called as decision making statements and conditional statement, means we have given some sort of condition to it. Okay, so here in the slide number 2, if you can see this, selection statement, as the names or also called as decision making statements. As the name says, decision means we need to decide something, right? So these are the decision making statements are able to decide which statement to be executed and when. So it actually, what does it do? It evaluates a certain Boolean expression. So based on the result of that Boolean expression, it will lead the flow of the control to that particular statement, right? So its selection statement means selection statements are nothing but the conditional statements. Those are also called as like if statements, right? Selection statements is used to it takes a certain condition in the form of a Boolean expression. So as you know about what is a Boolean expression is, Boolean expression is nothing but the one which evaluates the expression and gives us the result either in the form of true or false. So if the particular condition has been true, we'll get the true. If the condition is false, then means we'll get the value as false. So selection statements, that means it consists of the if statements. As you know that if statements are also further divided into 4 categories. That is simple if else ladder and nested if. So we are going to see them, each one of them individually. Let us go and see it from the next slide. If statement, okay, simple if statement. So when you're seeing this simple if statement, as the name says, simple if statement, it is one of the basic statement which is among all the control flow statement available in Java. It only evaluates a certain condition, means it only evaluates a certain condition. If you can see the syntax, if it is written over there, inside the if parenthesis there is a condition, right? Based on the condition, if that particular condition is being true, then the block of code which is written inside the if statement would be going to execute, right? You see the flow chart here. As you can see the flow chart, it is what is starting the start, and then it is a condition is given. Condition is here nothing but a Boolean expression. It could be using any logical operators or arithmetic operators. You can write a condition over there. Based on the condition, if it is true, the block of code which is returned inside under the if statement going to be executed. If it is false, suppose, then the if statement would be going to terminate. Now, if see this one, the next slide will go, I'll show you with the example program. Okay, let us see an example program. Okay, if statement. Now, before going to this one, see, if you see this one, the first line of the code is import java.util.scanner. See, one might wonder why are we using the scanner class here? Because we are going to we are taking the input from the user. In order to take the input, in order to fetch the input from the user, we have to use the scanner class. For that, we have to call the keyword import and then the package where the class has been present. So here Java is the main package. Under Java there is a util package. Under util package there is a class name as scanner. So I'm calling the scanner class, and this is a predefined class, and after that I'm writing the second line of the code as declaring my own class. So here class is a keyword, and if example if is nothing but is my name of my user defined class. Now under that we are having our main method. Now this is the public static void main. Public is the access specifier. Static is the keyword which will let us know that we don't have to create an object of this particular class to access the method. Okay, that is nothing but a static keyword. And void is used for the return type, means it doesn't return anything, so I'm using a void here. Under main method we are writing a string arguments. That means we can also accept the input from the command line. Okay, after that I am declaring a variable that is named as marks, and then I am creating the object of the scanner class, scanner, and this is the name of the class. In is the object name, and new is the new operator will allocate the memory to the object in. Okay, and then scanner, under the scanner, this is a scanner default constructor. Under a parameter I am passing that system.in. That means I'm where the system.in is nothing but one of the input stream class, as I'm going to take the input from the keyboard, so we need to write that system.in over there. Then next line is I'm asking the user to enter the marks, right? For that we have to make use of the predefined output stream class system.out and the println method asking the user to enter the marks. After that, once the user is going to enter the marks, I'm going to fetch it somewhere, right? Store it somewhere. So we are going to store in a variable called as marks, and then marks is equals to in dot next. In using that in object, I am accessing the predefined next in method of string class. Okay, then there comes the if statement, simple if statement part, where we are writing the if statement, if keyword, and under that we are giving the boolean expression. So what is a boolean expression over here? It is nothing but marks greater than or equals to 36. Okay, so if the marks is greater than or equals to 36, then print that you are pass. Okay, you are pass. That means if this particular statement is valid, this marks, the user is going to enter the marks. Suppose the user has given us 56. Okay, if the user has given us a 56, that means that is a good number, it is more than 36, right? So then this particular statement would be going to be executed, that you are pass. Suppose the user has given the 26 or 20, some less than 36 value, then what will happen? We don't get any error because we did not write anything. This first it evaluates 26 less than or 20, as 26 is less than 36, it will not going to print anything. Okay, we will not get any output. That is nothing but our simple if. Okay, we will move to the next statement, that is if else. If else statement is nothing but, see, the if statement we have seen, there is a condition, boolean expression. If it is true, then the block of code is going to be executed. But what if it is false, right? Nothing was going to be executed. For that purpose, we can add additional statement, additional block over there. That is nothing but else part. Okay, else block we can say it. So when the if block is false, then this particular else block would be going to be executed. Okay, so now you can see the syntax over here. What is the syntax given? If condition, that is condition is nothing but our boolean expression. Then if that particular boolean expression is true, then statement 1 is going to be executed. But what if it is false? Then the else part, condition, else part, we are not writing any condition, we are just writing the block of code. That means if the first condition is wrong, then execute the else part, right? Else part contain the statement. Now we will see the flowchart of it. So what is a flowchart? it is similar as the if statement. Here what we are writing, starting with we are writing a condition and saying that if the condition is true, then execute the statement 1. If the condition is false, then go and execute the statement 2, right, and terminate the if else statement. Okay, so let us see with an example. So here you need first learn the steps how to write the Java program. See, whenever we are taking any input from the user, at that time we have to call the package. Okay, util package. So our step 1 would be same, calling the package and write the using the import keyword, import Java dot util is the class, util is the package where the scanner class is being present. So dot scanner. Now step 1 has been clear. Now step 2, go to step 2 and write on the class. Class is a keyword and user defined class name is what? Example if. Then what we are writing? We are writing our main method. From this particular method only execution will start. So we have to write public static void main string arguments. Under that the same we are declaring a variable called as marks, and then I am creating the object of the scanner class. How do I need to create? Write on the class name scanner and then object name in, and new is the operator which will allocate, means gives the memory to this in object. Okay, and then scanner system dot in. Now here now the next is printing the command to the user. So for that purpose we are using the system dot out class. So system dot out and then print ln method. I'm writing enter your marks. Then we are storing this particular marks which is given by the user in a variable called as marks. Then using the marks equals to dot in is the object, right? So I need to use this object and access the next int method, which is a string method. Means whenever the user is giving value, that must be converted into the string. Okay, and store it in a variable marks. Now the if statement start from here. In this one what we are doing, we are writing the if marks, means whatever the value has given by the user, then it will compare it greater than equals to 36. Then again if it is greater than or equals to 36, then a statement which is there inside the if block would be executed, your pass. But suppose the user is giving the value as 10 or less than 36, then what will happen? The control flow will move to the else part and it will be executed as you are fail. Okay, that would be the output. If it is true, if the condition is true, then the statement which is written inside the if statement would be going to execute. But what if the condition is fails? The statement which is written inside the else part would be going to execute. Now we are moving forward to the third type of if statement, that is nothing but if else if ladder. Okay, if else if ladder. So here in this one what happen is, here one particular if statement is followed by multiple else if statements. Okay, as you can see from the syntax as well, one particular if statement, if condition and then statement, followed by there are multiple else if statements. So we can call it we can also call it as like a decision tree. Okay, where there are multiple decisions need to be evaluated. We will see a flowchart. We have given the statement, first if statement and condition 1. If that particular condition is being true, then that statement which is written inside that particular block would be going to execute. Or else the if statement condition is wrong, it goes to the second type of else if condition. Then if the second type of else if condition contains the true value, means like evaluates the true, then that particular statement going to be executed. Even if that is also wrong, then it moves to the third type of else if statement. So on, we can write n number of if else if statement under along with the if statement. Okay, so here if what if all the conditions are wrong, then the else block would be going to be executed. Okay, let us see with an example program of if else if ladder. Here, what is the step 1? You might be familiar with the step 1, right? So where we have to call the package, we are calling the package here. See, import java.util.scanner, because we are going to take the input from the user, right? Then we are declaring our class name as day, and then writing our main method. Inside the main method, I need to create what? I need to create the object of the scanner class, and then inside the default constructor of the scanner class, I am passing the parameter as this system dot in predefined input stream class. Okay, and then we are, as we are showing that enter day between 0 to 5, we are giving this command to the user using the system dot out dot class. Okay, and using the println method. Now here, when this user is going to give any input, right, that particular input need to be stored in a variable. So we are declaring a variable of type int day and using the object as s dot next int. This is the next int method of the string class to convert the value into integer. And now we are using this if else if ladder. Here I have given if day double equals to 0. I am using the comparison operator double equals to. That means I am comparing the value of day with 0. If both the values matches, and if this particular boolean expression is true, then my statement system.out.println Sunday would be going to be executed. What if it is not true? Then if it is false, it will go to the next else if ladder, and it will check day double equals to 1. Right? If the user is giving us the value as 1, then Monday is going to be printed. Or else if the user is giving us the second 2 as the value, then Tuesday gonna print. The same way, if the user is going to give the value as 5, Friday will be printed. Suppose the user has given some other value, then the else part going to be executed, that is Saturday. So far we have seen the three types of if statements: simple if, if else, if else if ladder, and the fourth type is nested if. Here nested if is nothing but it's a simple, okay, it is just if else is being placed inside another if statement. So here, as you can see with the syntax, we have given the if condition 1, and then we have given another if statement, if condition 2, and else part attached with it. And then if both if both the if blocks are false, then we are going to execute the else part. So one might be thinking, what would be the difference between if else if ladder and nested if, right? So the difference is here nested if would not be executed if the first particular if statement is going to be true. That means, as you can see in the condition 1, if condition 1 is true, then only the control flow move to the condition 2, otherwise it will not. Now we'll quickly see the flow chart of it. So here, as you can see the flow chart, it is written as condition, and then it is written as, see, if the condition is true, the condition first particular if statement condition is true, then only it is going to the another if statement, okay? Or if statement, if that particular statement is true, then it will go to the another if else statement. If the first particular if condition 1 is only false, then it will be moved to the else part, okay? Now we'll quickly see with an example program here. As you can see here, what we are doing in this particular program, I'm not using any values from the user, means I'm not asking any value from the user, so I'm not including any package here. If you can see, we are directly declaring a user defined class, and my user defined class name is what? A class nested example, that is the name of my class. And then here inside the main method, I am creating two variables, okay? This is of age and weight. So here here we have created two variables, both of them are of type integer. Age equals to 25 and weight equals to 48. Now apply, see what we are doing now, we are going to apply the if nested if here. Under first is this if age greater than or equals to 18, that is my first condition. That means if the condition is true, if the age is greater than or equal to 18, then the control flow will move to the another if statement where we are checking weight, okay, if weight is greater than 50 or not. If it is greater than 50, then we are saying that you are eligible to donate blood. Or else, see, if it is less than 50, suppose age is greater than 18, but weight is less than 50, then what will happen? The else part is going to be executed, that you are not eligible to donate blood. Okay, then in the first condition is, suppose if there is a first condition itself, that age is less than 18, it's suppose 12 is there, 12 is greater than or equal to 18, false. So then what will happen is, it will not go to the further block, it will not check the weight condition only, it will not go to the further block, it will not check the weight condition, it will directly move to the else part, and the else part would be going to execute as age must be greater than 18. Okay, now we have seen the nested if as well. Now we have seen in the first slide, we have seen that if the selection statements or decision making statements were divided into two types. One is a selection statement, another is the switch statement. Okay, now we are going to see the switch statement. What is a switch statement? Switch statement is also used for evaluating the Boolean expression. Okay, and it also contains multiple block of code called as case. So here when you're seeing this one, we have written switch. If you see the syntax, switch and expression, this expression is nothing but again a Boolean expression, where we have written this Boolean expression and we have written a block of codes. Those are called as case value 1. Here value is nothing but it could be a variable which could be of type integer or floating point number, or it could be a string as well. Now when the value 1 is of value 1 is true, then it would be statement 1 is going to be executed. Or if the value 2 is like case value 2 is true, then means the statement 2 is going to be executed. We have written a break over here. See, case value 1, statement 1, and then followed by a break. Here break is used to terminate this particular case. Okay, the means the moment this case value is going to be turning out as true, this using this break statement we are terminating it, and it will not go to the further case. Now while writing the switch statement, we need to follow certain rules. Okay, so the rule is, so this value could be of type integer, float, or like numerical data types or string. So we need to write that particular values. Another thing is, this particular values need not to be same, means no duplicate values are allowed. That means value 1 and value 4 or 3 could not be same. Okay, we need to write the unique values. And then this particular break statement is an optional one, we can write, or we can skip it as well. And see this one, these are the following points we must remember while writing this one. Now we shall see with a flowchart how switch statement looks like. So here if you observe the flowchart, see it is starting with a start, and it's starting with a variable or expression. Then we have given a variable or expression that is matching with the cases. Okay, case 1, if it is matching with the case A, then case A whatever the statement we have written, statements are nothing but block of code which we have written inside the case A, that would be going to be executed. And case B and case C, followed by, like if case A is wrong, it will go to the case B, followed by if case B is wrong, then it will move to the case C, so on. We can write n number of cases. Okay, then what if all the cases are wrong? Suppose I have written like not even one single case is been able to match it up. Okay, then what will happen? A default statement would be going to be printed. Okay, well, under default, whatever the statement is there, that it is going to be printed. So it is quite similar, like we have seen, right? It is quite similar like if else if ladder. Now we shall see with an example of switch case. Now if you see the example, see here again I am taking the input from the user. So for that purpose I need to call the scanner class. For that, what we are doing, we are calling the import java.util.scanner. As I said, util is a package which contains the scanner class. Now our user defined name of the class is what? It is example switch. class example switch. Under the main method, I am declaring a variable called as days and then of type integer, and then I'm creating the object of the scanner class. Now you might be familiar how to create the object: class name followed by object name, new, and then default constructor. So we have created the scanner class, and then using that one, what we are doing next is days. I'm storing the values inside the day variable. Okay, days is equals to, using the object in dot next int method, it will convert the value into the type of integer and store it in a days variable. Now we are starting, we are writing the switch. Okay, switch, and what is the condition is given there? It is days, means user is going to give the value, right, days. So that particular value we have given inside the switch as days. Okay, now case 1, suppose the user is giving the value as 1, means 1, it is matching with the case 1, right? So Monday is going to be printed. Suppose the user is going to give the value as 2 means it is matching with the case 2, that Tuesday is going to be printed. Same goes with the like case 3, case 4 and case 5. Suppose the user is giving as case 7 is matching with the case 7. So what is the block of code written inside the case 7? It is written to print as Sunday. So Sunday would be going to be printed. But what if the user has given the invalid input? Then the default part is going to be executed. This default part is similar to the else block in the if statement, right? So here this default part is going to be executed if none of the case matches here. Now we have seen all the part 1 of the video has been completed, because we have seen all the control flow statements, or under the control flow statement we have seen the selection statements. We can call it as a selection statement, or we can call it as the decision making statements, or we can also call them as conditional statements. So we have completed all of them. Now in the next video, the same under control statement, we are going to see about the iteration statement. Okay, so we'll continue in the next video. Thank you.